Shalom. Like always, before I get started, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. Shalom to the Akim out there on the hedges and highways, putting their lives and freedom on the line, pushing the truth of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the Akim Aquath out there who are coming into the fold, open into the fold, understanding who they are, that they're Hebrew Israelites, and that's their true nationality. Shalom out there to the scattered Israelites who may be looking like other nations. All right. So before I get started, I'd like to say one thing. Is before everything starts, I like to say Shemaya Yashra Allah Yahweh Ahalayanawa Ahad Yahweh, which is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. All right, as you can see on the screen, I was watching the MTV, I guess the Music Awards, and Mr. Elliott was performing. And what do you see right here that they had a clip of, which is what a so-called spaceship. So I'm just gonna let it play a little bit, and you're gonna see what we're talking about. Because when you read the scriptures, the Lord says what? This is Psalms 104 and 4. Who maketh his angels, Salakia 1 and 3, Psalms 104 and 3, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. So the Lord's vehicles, who they are the chariots, are like the clouds, because these people, they know, and they put it in their movies. If anyone can remember Independence Day, how did the before the so-called UFOs came out, which are really the chariots of Israel, chariots of the Most High, they came in and it was looking as clouds, and later on they manifested them within the fire, and they came out and they showed themselves. It's like, also when you also watch the other movie, This Is the End, a lot of the so-called things that was happening, people was getting beamed up in the blue light into what? Which was so-called UFOs, which once again are the chariots. So they know what the deal is, and they're put it within the faces of our people, but our people do not understand. They think they're being told it's little green men, little aliens coming. There ain't no aliens coming. Those are chariots of the Most High, man. So, but before I'm just gonna let this play real quick, and you can understand, so you can see that they know what is being spoken of in the scriptures. Here we go. So here it is Missy Elliott is performing, just like Jake excelled no matter what they do, whether it's going to be good or whether it's going to be bad. If we're going to be good, we're going to be the best of it. If we're going to be wicked, we're going to be the best wicked as we are. I always like Jake being turned up. But here's the most important part. As you see, this Jake is being carried up and taken where? He's taken into the so-called UFO, into the chariot. And so our people got to understand. They know this is going to be your means of salvation out of here for those who are of the hopeful elect, who understand what is expected of them, to come back to of who you are. That you are Yashra Allah, and you're a Hebrew Israelite. You are not no black, no white, or whatever you call yourself now, who are understanding through the Spirit that you are Israelite. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no count of his labors. Because this is what we're doing now. It's with the men of Yahweh Shah who are out there on the hedges and the highway hoping to be saved. We're pushing this truth and letting our people know what the truth is. And we're standing boldly out there and we're telling them and we're telling our enemies who they are. And we're telling them what's going to happen to them when Yahweh Shah returns, who they were early calls Jesus Christ. Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And this is what's going on. And just like this Jake got scooped up into the chariot, the so-called UFO, that's going to be a strange thing. Because it's going to be at that time when all hell is breaking loose, and right before the destruction of America, before these nukes hit this place to be burnt up, you're going to see the sky's going to be covered with these chariots, with Esau calls UFOs. So this is what they're going to see, and especially our people, they don't want to believe. We tell them these things, and they think it's a strange thing, but they're going to be amazed at the strangeness. Let's go to verse 3. And they repenting and groaning with anguish in spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and proverb of reproach. And yeah, that's what they're going to be saying. Especially when Jake is being scooped up, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the ones they was calling niggas, spicks, wetbacks. When your salvation become those of the elect, when you're being scooped up. And they're going to see this. And they're going to understand. And that's when they're going to understand. You know? So people be like, well, I know a lot of people be like, hey, we don't believe in the UFOs. That's UFOs. I don't believe that. So how are you going to get out of here, man? How are you going to escape this place? In the last minute when this place is about to be destroyed. Because there's accounts of the chariots all within the scriptures. So like let's go. This is Zechariah 5:1, and this is Zechariah, Israelite. Then I turned up and lifted my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Right, so these are men looking up into the sky and seeing something fly. Can you know they know the difference between a bird or geese, whatever they see. They was aware of their surroundings and what was in the air and what was in the waters. So when they see this chariot flying, he's describing it the best way he said, a flying roll. And this is biblical times. They're giving an account of something flying within the sky. And he's given the length, a description of it. So how are you gonna say that the chariots don't exist? Esau knows these chariots exist. This is why Trump is trying to start this space force, because they want to combat Yahweh Shah when he returns. This is verse 3, Zechariah 5:3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. So, you know, you did what you did, Esau. You're going to be cut off for what you did, but you're going to have to pay the price first. And also, and right now, because there's been countless sightings of the so-called of the chariots, what they call it UFOs. And people they're terrified of it because they don't understand. They don't know what it is. But we that are in the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, we understand that these are the chariots of the Most High. All right? Because when Yahweh Shah returns, he's going to come back he's going to come back in a chariot. Matter of fact, let's go to account. This is Acts 1:6, and this is after Yahshua had shown himself to the brethren. Okay. Now it's like let's start. We're gonna start this Acts 1:9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfast towards heaven, as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, I don't even like to say that, I'm going to say his real name. This same Yahweh Shai, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So here it is, Yahshua got scooped up by a chariot, which Esau calls a UFO. And so here it is, the angel said the same way manner you saw him go up is the same manner that he's going to come back. And what is it? And it tells you this in Revelations 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Because Yahweh Shah's going to come back in what they call, in the so-called UFO, in a chariot. And it's not going to be no mothership. It's going to be that big fathership. Because it's the Father, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. He's going to give him the green light to come back. And when he comes back, this is when everything is going to turn. When we're going to see the Lord coming back for the salvation of his elect. And so this is what we're going to be. That's what we're waiting on. Okay. And so our people got to understand. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. And we're going to start. Let's start at giving the account of when Yahushua comes back in the middle of World War III. We're going to start at 2nd Ezra 13, and we're going to start at 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there gathered together a great multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So this is just in the midst of World War III. All the nations are going to try to get together because Yahshua is going to be returning, and they're going to see this great, big, majestic ship coming. And they're going to look, and they're going to gather themselves together to want to fight him. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. So here it is, Yahushua's going to be on this great big fathership. Not no mothership, it's a fathership. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. So here this Ezra, he's trying to see where it began and where it ended. This how large and huge this thing was. And so where did they get? And what movie got that same concept with the same thing with Independence Day? The second part when the so-called mothership was coming back, it was huge. Verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. So yeah, they're going to be afraid, but the Lord is going to put it in their spirit to fight, man. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held a sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks of tempest. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every soul that upon a sudden of an innumerable slacking. I don't have my glasses kind of innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So here's Ezra saw the great multitude of these soldiers that's going to be out there, that's going to be fighting. They're going to come fight Yahushua. They're going to be destroyed. And I hate this. And the truth of the matter is, we've got a lot of Jakes that joined this man's military that's fighting right now. Because right now, where everybody's gathering at, they're gathering together right now in Syria, in that area, that region, the area of Yashaphat. And so, the Lord's judgment. And this is where this is going to take place at. So we're going to, so this is what's going to happen. But this man knows this. This man knows the truth about the chariots. He knows the truth of who we are. He knows the truth of how we're going to be taken out of here. And they put it in plain sight. They put it into the movies. And our people, like I said, our people are lost. They don't understand what's going on. But so, I just wanted to do this a real quick video. And like always, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles. Peace and blessings to Akim out there is pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom.